Hi Clever Pickles, welcome to today's handwriting lesson, which is on the letter M. Make sure your pencil is nice and sharp. Make sure it's a nice long pencil, that it's not sharpened too short. If you have got a pencil that is too short, you might want to try and find another one. If you haven't got another one, that's fine, let's keep going. We're going to do some warm-ups by writing the long date across the top. Now, you're not here with me as I video, which means the date is different. You need to find the correct date somewhere and write the long date. You might need to check the calendar. And we're going to put that across the top. So I'm going to pretend that today is Tuesday. And don't worry if this is not your neatest or if you spell a word incorrectly. That's not what we're worried about. This is just a warm up to get our hands going, to make sure that we're holding our pencil correctly. I'm going to pretend it is the 4th. And I'm going to pretend it's February. I'm making this video after February. Remember to take your time, but not go so slow that your letters are all wobbly and your hand is working too hard. So this is where you figure out, are you pressing too hard on your page? So you want to make sure you're not holding your pencil super tight so that you've got this pink and white thing happening on your skin there. It should just be nice and gentle, not so loose that your pencil falls out. Okay, we're going to be doing the letter M today. We're going to start with a capital. Now, capitals come up into this top dotted section here, which we call the sky. So I'm going to put the sky here to remind us we're using the sky. We are also using the grass section today. We're not using the dirt section, which is what we normally put at the bottom for a capital M. So we're going to come up to this top dotted line here, and we're going to come straight down. We're going to go back to that spot and go down on an angle, come up to the next side and do the same thing again. So we're doing this twice to make our M, and I will show you what it looks like. So we'll start at the top here and we'll come down. I'm going to come back to where I started and come down again. I'm going to come back up to the top and come down again, and then I'm going to finish it with my last line. Now you can see here I've made a little bit of a gap there. That's what I need to remember when we do our next one. So let's try that again. I'm going to do a finger space here. I'm going to remember my finger space is here so that I can hold my book. And let's go again. Start at my top dotted line, come down, come into the middle, top dotted line, come down, and then down again. Okay, finger space, let's go to the next one. Down, 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 down. These are all straight lines. Now the next thing you want to think about is my M too wide or too narrow? If I make it like this, that is way too big for my page, and it's going to waste a lot of space that I need for all my other letters. If I do it very thin like this, it's a bit confusing what the letter might be. So let's make sure we keep it all as even as the rest of our letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only need to do 6 for my practice. There's no need to do more, otherwise my hand will get too tired. Okay, let's do a lowercase m now. So a lowercase m is only going to use this middle section here, which is our grass section. So we start with a line and then we go bounce, bounce on the bounce house. Let's start that here. Straight line down, bounce, bounce. Now, the trick in this is to make sure you don't rush, because otherwise these bounces are going to be uneven. So let's see what it looks like when I rush. Oh my gosh, that doesn't even look like an M. Let's try that again. There we go. So too big there, it's going to cross over into some other letters, and that's not what we want. 1, 2, 3. Let's try my fourth one. Nice and carefully, concentrating on making sure those lines are all even. So we're touching this top straight line there a couple of times. Touch the line, touch the line, touch the line. Much better. Remembering my finger space as we do it that way. And this one here is a little bit bigger than that one, but it's not too bad, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, let's practice some words that have M in it. Our first word is going to be mum. So let's use a capital to start this one, and then we'll be able to do a lowercase for the second M. So we start at the top here, come straight down to the middle, second section top, touch it and touch it. Make sure they meet. Mum. Excellent. Lots of bouncing for that word. Our next one is miss. Make sure you leave a finger space. Make sure that you're taking your time. Don't hold that pencil too tight or too loose. And don't rush it. Remember, we're focusing on neatness and accuracy. There's no point doing this activity if you're not going to concentrate on the shape and size of your letters. Let's do the word mop. M, O, and we're going to come down into the bottom section for P. Excellent. Okay, let's try the M at the middle and end of some words. Let's start with home. Home has M as the third letter. And this is a good way for you to check if the sizes of your letters are about the same. So if I measured my letters here, these would all be about the same. I'll show you what it looks like if I do it too big. If I did my M like this, you can see that my M takes up way more space than all those other letters, and it really doesn't need to if I'm doing it accurately. All right, our next word is came. And these letters are all in between those two straight lines, so they should all be the same height. And our next word is also all in this middle section, so they should all be the same height, and it's worm. Worm. And our W is very similar to our M when it uses the bounces, but they touch the bottom, not the top. Okay, for our last bit, for a bit of fun, we're going to use our capital M to do some drawing now. So I need you to do 6 of those M's, those capital M's, starting at the top and straight line down. Starting at the top, straight line down. Now your hand might be getting tired now. If it's tired, pause the video, shake your wrist out a little bit, shake your fingers, wriggle your fingers, make sure you're sitting up straight, and then come back to it. Take a big breath before you get started if you want to. I've done 5. One more. Okay, I am going to turn my M into some snowy mountains. So I'm going to pretend there's snow at the top of these mountains. I'm going to have dirt mountains for my first ones and grass mountains for my next ones, and they're all going to have snow on top of them. So now I'm going to color in the bottom of my dirt mountains. And this is just for a little bit of fun. Practice our drawing, and remember that mountain starts with M. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. See you in the next one.